Hi everyone. Uh, this video is going to be about motorcycle. I recently, like yesterday, started working on those as requested on the Discord server. So, I just got this model from the internet, made a new pose for the driver. And also, before I get into that, I wanted to show you I modeled a car. It's a Beetle, of course. I hope you can recognize that. So yeah, I made that from scratch in 3ds Max. It's actually the first attempt at a car that actually looks like a car. So I'm pretty happy about that, although it still has some issues, as you can see there, shading issues. And the interior is only like a block out just to get the scale of things. So you got the front, back seat, and some little storage space here. And the engine goes there, although I'm not going to model that anytime soon. So yeah, new custom 3D model. Pretty fun to drive too, because the engine is in the back, so all the weight is, most of the weight is in the back, and it's a rear wheel drive, so yeah, it's cool. So onto the motorcycles. Now I made this like super simple just to see if I even could do it at all. So I got the mesh, which I skinned properly. Let me get the physic acid for you. So here's the fork, the body, and the wheels. And there is absolutely no constraint set up in the physic acid, as per usual, because I set up my constraint in the blueprint so I can modify them at runtime. And here's the blueprint. That's all. And of course the little look around. Now I didn't implement any engine function as in the car. I'll probably just copy and paste those. The acceleration curves and torque values and all that. Right now it's just applying a target velocity to the wheel constraint, that one. Let's see if I can, see, set angular velocity target to the input multiplied by 10. And of course that would be like how fast you want it to spin, but it really is the strength here that's going to tell it like how strong it is. That would be the torque actually. So really simple setup for now, just to get it moving so I can test the balance and the leaning and steering and all that. So without further ado, here you can see it is pretty stable. Now if I steer, it leans and steers. And if I move forward, it does a wheelie. And it does that as well. Oh wow, okay, the engine just crashed again. For like no reason whatsoever. Physics, sync, third party, Apex framework. Okay, so since like 4.17, since I made that update, it just crashes randomly all the time for no reason whatsoever. yeah, physics. It just keeps on getting worse every update. But I can still play around with it until they fix their stuff, you know, get their shit together and fix the crashes. So I've actually made a curve so that when you move a certain speed, it doesn't steer anymore, it only leans. And when it slows down, it starts to steer again. I should probably do the same for the leaning. Like, don't lean the bike if you're not going a certain speed. But yeah, as I said, I just wanted to see if I could make it happen at all. So this Harley blueprint does not have invisible wheels or anything. As you could all see from the physic asset, it only has 2 wheels. And it uses this right here. It adds torque and also offsets the center of mass to the sides to keep the balance. And of course, if the bike goes over a certain threshold, then the player falls off and we stop applying those to keep it upright. So let's say I do a wheelie like that. Boom, you hit a certain threshold, player falls off, go ragdoll, and then no force is applied to the bike to keep it upright anymore. Same for leaning. If you go to the sides too much, like you're way excessive like that, eventually you'll fall off like so, and the bike won't try to get upright again. So yeah, and it just crashed again. Wow, that has to be a new record. Oh well. It has something to do with like the player being ragdoll, I think. From what I've seen, it's pretty consistent that the engine only crash when the player is ragdoll, or at least like most of the time. Still pretty freaking annoying though. But yeah, this is it. Just a little fun with motorcycle, doing wheelies and whatnot, and hitting cars and flying off. And as you could tell, the camera follows the driver, not the motorcycle. Now, what if I don't possess the bike and possess the car instead? Show you some driving of the Volkswagen. No, let me actually take this off the map, prevent crashes. So you can see the scale is pretty spot on. You know, that's the sitting animation I had for the Camaro. So the scale is right. I just need to model the interior. Now I've made the suspension pretty soft. And it rolls if you're not careful enough. I did that on purpose. I actually turned down the entire roll and put the center of mass pretty high, because I think cars should roll if you're not careful. So and yeah, here's the inside view. Pretty awful for now, but you know, I'll keep working on that 3D model, and eventually we're gonna have a replacement for the Camaro, because of course I can't use the Camaro in a commercial project because I have no idea where that 3D model came from. So making my own would help a lot with that. So eventually it'll happen, you know. But for now, it's just that. No door handle or mirrors yet. And yeah, by all means, if you know how to fix the shading issues I'm having, feel free to let me know. It's especially bad with glossy materials. And of course it just crashed again because I'm out of the car. Whatever. So yeah, that was it for this little video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to join people on Discord. I'll have the link in the description again. Tell me what you think of the motorcycle, what you'd like to see implemented for those. And yeah, until next time.